Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Starry Tarot. Happy Sunday to everyone. Hi, Miss Kendra. How are you doing, girl? Good to see you. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing just wonderfully. My name is Sophie. For those of you who might be new here, Kendra is not new here. Kendra has been a fan of the channel for a while. You're doing good. That's good to hear. Yeah, I had a pretty productive day. I got a bunch of laundry done and regular Sunday stuff. It's a rainy Sunday too, so but it's kind of cozy too at the same time. And I was gonna go grocery shopping, but then I realized it's Sunday and I just freaking hate how crazy the grocery stores are on Sundays. I might go later on. I don't know, but anyway, just a chill Sunday for me. And yeah, for those of you who might be new here, I am a tarot reader. All my donation information can be found at the top of the chat, also within the body of the chat, and in the information for the live stream. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. And I am using I love this deck, the Moon Power Tarot deck. I have 3 decks by this artist, Charlie Quintero. She's really awesome, and this is her website, sixthatgirls.com. She also sells tarot decks and other things on Etsy, on her Etsy shop. She has like 4 or 5 other decks, I want to say. I have 2 other. I have Jupiter Power and Mars Power. Star Power sold out, and Naughty by Nature I can't get because I would get kicked off of YouTube. It is very spicy. Hey, just so you know, sometimes when you talk quietly, it kind of mumbles, so you can't always hear you clearly. I don't know if you have a mic or not. I don't have a mic. I need to get one for this laptop. It wasn't like this. Actually, I don't know if it was like this with my... I mean, there's been so many iterations of this channel. I've used so many different... I've used this laptop. I've used John's computer. I used to use my iPad till that broke. And at first, I think like a year into my live streams, I got an actual like lav mic, and then that broke, and I didn't replace it, and I just need to replace it. I turned up the volume as high as I can go. When you speak up, I hear you, but when you talk quietly, it's kind of hard to hear sometimes. Yeah, I've noticed that when because I rewatched some of my live streams just to like, check and see, what's up, and I have noticed that because I do mumble sometimes, but I will be honest, I'm sorry if it's irritating, but if I'm mumbling, it's usually because I'm saying something that's not very important. That's usually why I mumble. And I just received your donation, Miss Kendra. Thank you so much. Were you interested in 2 mini readings, or did you want a full reading today? No, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate all feedback, and it's something I have noticed myself. Like I said, I do rewatch some of my live streams, and I have noticed like I probably need a lav mic, or I just need to stop mumbling. It's a habit. It's a habit. I'm gonna keep it real. 10 card, what can you expect for the rest of the month? That's a great question because it is the 15th, so it is mid-month, even though February is a short month. It is mid. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Earth Masters and Spirit Guides, what can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Earth Masters and Spirit Guides, what can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Earth Masters and Spirit Guides, what can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Earth Masters and Spirit Guides, what can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Earth Masters and Spirit Guides, what can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Earth Masters and Spirit Guides, what can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Earth Masters and Spirit Guides, what can Kendra expect for the rest of February? Let's see, girl. We have the Lovers, the Sun reversed, Four of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands reversed, King of Cups reversed, Five of Pentacles reversed, the World reversed, Page of Pentacles, and Nine of Swords reversed. Interesting. Interesting spread we have here. What on earth is this? Sorry, one moment. I was reading, and it's interesting, I was actually reading about the Lovers card last night, getting a little deeper into it, and it kind of made me, what I read actually made me like the card a lot more than I used to like it. So it's interesting because we have the Lovers with this King of Cups reversed. The Lovers is really about balance. This is what I loved about what I was reading about it's not about a chained union or a partnership. So it's usually indicative of a new union or partnership. Doesn't have to be romantic, but it usually is of a romantic nature. But the fundamental principle behind the Lovers is balance. A balanced union of some type, and we love that. Reciprocity, balance. Yep. Strangely enough, we have this King of Cups reversed right underneath, and the King of Cups reversed I know very well, both upright and reversed. The King of Cups, his throne is on the water, it's on the ocean, and he maintains balance. He regardless as to whether or not the waves are choppy or placid, because he knows that they'll return to being placid again. But when it's reversed, it can often be a sign that of unbalanced emotions, or feeling like something's there's some unfair power dynamic of some type. It can also be a sign of simply being guarded in love and romance. So if there is something new on your horizon romantically, which I told you, and Bird said too, I think there's a new dude coming into your life. This could be a sign of, a balanced, harmonious union, and perhaps wondering, is this too good to be true? Feeling almost overwhelmed, and being guarded in that sense. And I think it's good to be guarded to a certain degree at the beginning at the onset of any union, again, whether it be romantic, friendship, new job, whatever the case may be. Then we have this Sun reversed card with the Five of Pentacles reversed. The Sun reversed is often a sign of very simply, not seeing the light in something that you once saw. The light in something, like whether it be like, it could be like feeling boredom or monotony at your job, or feeling differently towards someone that you may have felt stronger towards in the past. Yeah, I'm super into love right now. I'm kind of like, man, I'm more focused on career. Yeah. And this Sun reverse being paired with this Five of Pentacles reverse is making me feel like this might have to do You're not super. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you mean that you're not super into love right now. I still think there's a new dude coming into your life, um, or at least spirits preparing you for that. I don't know if it'll happen, before the 28th specifically. Um, but I do keep on sensing that in your readings. I just sensed it now. This Sun reversed with the Five of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, the reason why I feel like this kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this might have to do with your job. I know you're really focused on career right now. I don't know how you feel about your job right now. If you're feeling a little meh about it, or like disillusioned with it, possibly. Um, but then the thing about the Five of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Pentacles is improvements, seeing improvements where you've needed to see them, positive changes where you need where you feel changes need to be made and implemented. Um, so it's definitely a sign of an improvement where I think you're seeing that something or multiple things need to be improved, where multiple things need to be improved. I like it, it's easy, but I don't see myself growing in it long term. Okay, yeah, yeah. It's a good launching pad, it sounds like. It's a good launching pad for the onset of your career. Um, you have this Four of Cups with the World reversed. Four of Cups, and there's no two ways of looking at it. Four of Cups is right up. It is kind of a bummer card. And it's kind of what it symbolizes. It's kind of just like feeling the feels, like either feeling bored or feeling disconnected or feeling indifferent. Um, and I'm not telling you that you feel that way, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. But the traditional artwork with the Four of Cups is someone sitting under a tree and they're lamenting these three empty cups that they've got. But if they were to just look up and to their right, they'd see that they still have a full cup. So it's kind of like just not like it's not like lamenting like, oh, I've lost everything. It's just like kind of just wanting more in general. Um, Ennui, I think, is a good term for it, which is a word we don't have in English. Um, no, I don't really feel bored or discontent, if that's what you're asking. Okay, because that's okay. So I want to get to the bottom of what this Four of Cups is getting at then. Um, because if we look at it in connection to love, it's usually being bored with one's love life, or like feeling a lack of excitement in within a relationship. If we look at it in career, it's like what I just mentioned, like bored with one's job, or feeling unhappy with one's job, or feeling a lack of progress. Um, if we're talking about it in terms of finance, um, it's often indicative of feeling envious of others' situations or feeling disillusioned with money in general. Um, you're just not interested in love right now. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why this showed up, because it doesn't sound like you're bored or you're discontent. I mean, you would tell me if you were, and that's and even because I got my little book out here. This card signifies there are opportunities flowing toward the asker, but they have shut themselves off from receiving these gifts. This may be a result of having been hurt or rejected in the past. Now that also doesn't sound like you. Um, so I'm kind of confounded by this card. So I guess we'll pause and move on here. Get to that later. Um, it's maybe it'll help. Well, it'll help us figure out what this is meaning here. And the fact that it's in the center too, it means a lot too. It's paired with this World Reverse card, which is usually some. I always see it as a continuation of something maybe lacking momentum, but that has not come to a close. Um, some people, I guess, could see that as like a lack of closure or a lack of a sense of achievement, but I see it more in terms of like harnessing the virtue of patience and understanding that even if something isn't doesn't have forward momentum at the present moment doesn't mean that the chapter is closed, so to speak. And I don't know what that would be in reference to, but and how that connects to the Four of Cups. I almost feel like I'm doing an abstract math problem here, but that those two cards are very quite confusing for me now. These are very clear, this Knight of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles, not just because they're of the same suit, but you keep on mentioning how you're not interested in love right now. You're not really focused on the realm of the emotional realm. And Knight of Pentacles is the workhorse. Page of Pentacles is is usually the student or the one who's embarking on a career that they've set their mind on. And as you mentioned earlier, yeah, you're not bored with your job. You don't feel like there's a huge amount of growth there, but as I think, and I hope you agree with me, your job is a very good launching pad for the next step in your career. This Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, you are, while there's not a lot of growth within your job, you are learning a whole hell of a lot. That's this Page of Pentacles, and you're getting a lot of steady, consistent work with this Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I've been starting up content creation again too. Awesome. Very cool. And how do you feel about that? I'm not seeing anything so much about creativity here. I'm not seeing like Page of Cups, or the only cups we have are the Four, which I'm still confused about, and the King of Cups reversed. We do have this Queen of Wands reversed and the Nine of Swords reversed. Now you are the Queen of Wands. That is your court card, if I'm not mistaken, right? Aries is Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands reversed is often, and I'm not saying that this is what it means because I don't feel this energy, but it's often indicative of, it's usually a sign of jealousy, but I'm not getting that energy from this. What I'm getting is more, perhaps, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I think this is also very Aries too, feeling as though things perhaps are moving at a slower pace than you would like them to, especially when it comes to your, I want to say almost exclusively when it comes to your career is kind of what I'm talking about here, especially with this Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, slow, steady work, but the Knight of Pentacles is also very slow energy. It's the slowest moving of all of the knights, whereas the Queen of Wands, all wands move very, very quickly, fiery energy there, but I also see this, while it may be something that's come to your mind, and correct me if I'm wrong if it hasn't, it's something that's not, it doesn't plague you, it doesn't bother you per se, it doesn't keep you up at night, because this Nine of Swords is indeed reversed. Yeah, I'd like more movement with career for sure. Yeah, but it's not something that's like, besetting you, or really troubling you, or something that you're really questioning, if I'm not mistaken, but I've gotten better with my patience. Yeah, that's what that's what I feel Spirit is acknowledging here, is like your patience is definitely like growing and getting stronger. Hello, Miss Lorraine. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. How are you doing? Happy Sunday to you. Yeah, patience is a virtue, and it's difficult to harness, and it's especially difficult to harness, I've noticed, with fire sign friends of mine and loved ones and clients, and but it's also a good thing, you guys get things done, and you don't waste a second. You guys aren't time wasters, but I think that I definitely see that Spirit is saying that you're on the right path here, Miss Kendra. Especially when we ask for, we didn't do a general reading. We asked how the rest of your month would go. But if your spirit guides felt that you were on the wrong path for whatever reason, they would have spoken up. They would have said something in that reading. Loving the new tablecloth. Thank you very much, Lorraine. This is actually an older tablecloth that I had when I was living at my old place in Pacifica before I moved. This used to be underneath all of my decks of cards. I used to have a separate table for all of my cards. I don't have room for that anymore. You you are very welcome, Miss Kendra. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. I think you're gonna have a great rest of your month, and yeah, you're definitely on the right track, girl. Um, for sure, for sure. Um, yeah. So this is actually an older tablecloth. I wanted to get a new one. Because I've had this for a little while. Um, the one I was using previously, well, see, now it's covered. When you start using it, it's like it's covered in like soot from incense and candle wax, and my original one was covered in candle wax too. And I think it was too small for this table, so I need to find another one that's perfect for this table. But thank you, that means a lot, Miss Lorraine. How have you been doing? What is going on with my phone? Why do you do this to me, phone? Yeah, Miss Kendra, if you have another question, if you'd like to do another reading, I should post that the donation queue is currently open. So whoever makes a donation next will be read for next. And I can answer. I didn't really do my spiel earlier, but for those of you who may be new here, I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical or legal questions. I've been working, relaxing today is what I did. How about you? Oh, you're working. You got because last I spoke, I think you weren't working still. Is this, did you, so I'm assuming this is a new job. It's been a little while, I think, since we last spoke. Well, I'm so glad you're working, Miss Lorraine. Yeah, I had today off for my other job as well, so I got some laundry done, and here we are. I'm here. But that's great to hear, Miss Lorraine. Let's see. I need, I need to grab something. Thank you very much, Miss Kendra. Thank you. Did you want to do another 10 card reading, or did you want to do 2 questions this time? I'd like a career and finance reading, some guidance on what's to come. Yeah, girl. And you know what is great is my handy dandy little black book here that I've like the cover is like worn off. It specifically has career and finance reading definitions for all the cards. So when I answer those types of questions, I like to use it as a reference. What is going on here? Sorry, one moment, please. I need to fix this. This was all perfectly set up. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all guidance regarding career and finance. Actually, how about we do this separately, Kendra? Because career and finance are really 2 different things. How about we do, and just because yeah, they really are 2 different things. How about we do 5 cards for your finance and 5 cards for career advice? Should we do that? I just think it would be a clearer reading. What do you think? Cool. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her career. Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, King of Cups reversed, Six of Cups, and the Lovers. Okay. This is all good stuff, girl. Knight of Cups when it comes to career, diplomacy at work, tactfulness, creating better team cohesion, and creative solutions. This is career. Yeah. Notice all the cups that we have. So that's why it's so important. No, this is career. And I'm specifically looking at career definitions for each card. And I know that your career right now, I know that you work in education, and I know that cups are typically the realm of creativity. But as I used to tell my ex, who used to do like really complex financial spreadsheets, I was like, you are a creative person. You're creating something. Just because it's not art or like fine art doesn't mean it's not creation, or a creative solution to something like. And that's I didn't really need to look at the book, but because when I first saw this, I was like, this is definitely like, yeah, and good communication too. Cups are also the realm of communication, cohesive communication, working well with your teammates, and being the one who comes up with creative solutions. Ten of Cups, absolutely beautiful. We love seeing the Ten of Cups in any context. But when it, in regards to your career, it's a feeling of belonging at your work, camaraderie between your colleagues, and a sense of a fulfilling and supportive job. And I would say work environment as well. Really, I know that I'm sure there's some level of like maybe some toxicity in your workplace. There usually is in every workplace, but I'd say it's pretty low level, pretty low key, and it's definitely nothing that you're involved with or have anything to do with. It seems very harmonious, and I'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, this King of Cups, though, I do want to get to this. I don't know what the career meaning is when it comes to that. King of Cups reversed. It's very low key. Yeah, I get that sense. Now this doesn't resonate with me and how I know you feel about your work. Reversed career meaning is selfishness at work, staying at your job despite a lack of emotional fulfillment. Now, all these cards negate that. You negate that. You just told me you feel emotionally fulfilled at your work. This King of Cups reversed came out in your last reading, though, too. I want to get some more clarity on just the general meaning of the card. Could also represent a male figure in the asker's life who is potentially emotionally manipulative. Oh my God! Do you think the King of Cups it probably represents what's his name? I think King of Cups reverse represents him. This might be another person. I think it represents Tyrell because you work with him. I'm not saying Tyrell's an emotionally manipulative man, but I do think he has come up as the King of Cups reversed, and I always see it as an insecure guy. Yeah, I do think this is him, girl. Because the other career definition that I'm seeing and that I'm sure would show up if I looked in other sources just doesn't check out. It's like King of Cups is emotional fulfillment. You feel very emotionally fulfilled at your job. But King of Cups is also representative of a male figure in one's life. Why are you doing here this about me? Well, he's shown up twice, and you do have feelings for him, or at least desire towards him, and you do work with him. Um, yeah, go away, Tyrell. Jesus, like, but we're trying to work here. Then we got this beautiful Six of Cups, which before I even read it, I'm going to guess that. Well, there's two things. Six of Cups is representative of childhood. You work with children in education, and it's also representative of harmoniousness, good communication, good relations with your coworkers. I love the art too. I love her green eyes. Yeah, feelings are definitely fading though. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, maybe that ick is happening over a slower amount of time. Yeah, Six of Cups career meaning returning to previous work, not repeating past mistakes, and learning career lessons. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with that. I'm going with what I stated, the traditional meaning of Six of Cups applying to your career here. You working with children, you communicating well with others, and working cohesively with your coworkers. And it's not just at this job. I feel like this is at other jobs too, and I think that this will be at future jobs as well. And then I love the lovers at the end. That was also in your last reading as well. This to me signifies that you're in the right place at the right time right now. Um, there's definitely harmony. Yeah, harmony. Ooh, possible romance at work. Um, choices within one's career. Developing a good business partnership or union. It's a good stepping stone. So, yeah, yeah, and it's a good fitting. It's very fitting for you. It's very like the lovers is just like it's a good fit. Um, you make a very good fit there. So I love this. I love this. All these cups, and especially after what you just told me, how fond you really are of this job. I think that really stands to reason that this is your calling. I think. Now let's talk about money, baby. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kendra with any and all advice regarding her finances. I want to see hella pentacles here, girl. That's what we want to see. Cups are always good too, in most contexts. Sorry, one sec. We have Three of Swords, the Tower, Eight of Cups reversed, Temperance, and again with the Six of Cups. Okay, NGL, these cards do low-key freak me out. The Tower, I often am not scared of the Tower when I see it, but there's something a little spooky when I see it next to the Three of Swords. So let's get into this. Let's start with this Three of Swords here. In regards to finances, loss of assets, division of assets after a breakup, Well, we have this temperance card, and we all know what the word temperance means. Temperance being temperate, being moderate, mindful. It's usually used in regards to drinking, in like modern parlance, but I'm gonna guess in this book it's gonna say like really like watching your spending. And I'm not accusing you of overspending or emotionally spending or anything like that, or spending outside of your means. I'm just reading what the cards before me are saying. I want to get to this temperance before I get to the tower. Okay. The book is saying that upright financial meaning for temperance is diligent saving, slow and steady financial growth. I like that better. I mean, although I will say, yeah, it's kind of what I was just saying. Like moderate spending doesn't mean that you're not spending any money or treating yourself to anything, which allows you to save, allows you to put some money away, allows you to grow, your assets. Um, I want some clarity with this tower card here. I don't want to freak out over this. I want some just good old clarity here. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's usually it's the tower when we're talking about finances is usually a sign of a potential financial loss on the horizon. Sudden that's like sudden, or a wake up call regarding one's finances. This could be something minor though, Kendra. I mean, for example, like when I was traveling, I got a notification from my bank saying, I don't know if I told you this, but I got a notification from my bank saying that someone had hacked into, or there was just basically a suspicious transaction. And it was a merchant I've never used, and never would use for like $25. And I was like, yeah, I don't use that. It's weird. And then I was just like looking through my like bank account. I was bored. I was at the airport and I was waiting for a flight, and I noticed that the same the same merchant and the same amount had been charged to my card back in December. So I had to notify my bank, and because they didn't catch it. So it could be something as like minor as that, but just like being on top of that. And I actually warned one of my clients about that yesterday during the reading I did for her, because it happened to my friend while I was traveling with him. Same thing happened. Suspicious transaction on one of his cards. And then I talked to a couple of my girlfriends, happened to a couple of them. So it's been happening to people. I think it happened to one of my bosses too. So it's been happening to people. So just be very careful. Sometimes our banks aren't always super on it. Eight of Cups reversed. Finances meaning choosing financial security over one's happiness. I don't think you're choosing financial security over your happiness. I think you're prioritizing your career and your financial life over your romantic life right now. I think that's the better way of defining this for you specifically. Is not focusing on cups, turning your back away from cups. Yeah, turning your back on cups right now so you can focus on growing in the realm of career and finance. And then again with this lovely Six of Cups, I'm sure it will be just as lovely in the financial department. What? Moving back in with parents. Don't you already live with your folks, or no? Or didn't you just move back in with your parents not too long ago? Well, that's one of the definitions. Moving back in with parents, financial gifts, and sharing finances. Yes, I live with my family. Yeah, I thought you lived with your family, and it was kind of a while ago that you moved back. Wasn't it like 6 months ago or a year? I feel this has more to do with hopefully financial gifts. And also, there's certainly a level of generosity, I think, with the Six of Cups as well. Sharing. The traditional artwork is two kiddos like giving each other gifts. And it always feels good to be, at least for me, it feels good to be able to be generous and feel carefree about it, and not feel like it might break the bank or something like that. Having the financial freedom to be as generous as one, not, I mean, it's hard to say as generous as one wants to be, but as generous as to allow generosity in one's life, because it does feel good. But I think it does. But so yeah, this doesn't look as, it looked scarier than I thought it was upon first glance. A very cursory glance, but upon deeper investigation with my helpful little handy dandy black book here, this does not look too bad at all. Be mindful of your checks and balances of your checking account and everything. What's coming in, what's going out. Make sure there's no weird transactions or anything. I think that could possibly be like the worst of it. Just being mindful there, because it is something that is happening. So yeah. Thank you very much, love. Thank you. And yeah, wishing you a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I don't know if you have anything special planned for the rest of the day, but certainly enjoy and relax. You deserve it. Yeah, so I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. Those are pretty self-explanatory. I simply ask your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestral guides if someone in question in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours. Alternatively, we can also ask your spirit guides and your angels if they give their divine blessing towards somebody in your life who you are considering or thinking about or observing. And we have many, many soulmates, and they come in many different shapes and forms. They're not all romantic. And if the answer is no, someone is not a soulmate in your life, your guides will explain why. If the answer is yes, they will also explain why and in what capacity. I also offer past life regression therapy readings, and we just received a donation from Ms. Scooby Dooby. Thank you so much for your donation, Emma. Oh, I don't remember you telling me that, Lorraine, but I'm so happy for you. Miss Emma, thank you so much for your donation. How does Allie feel toward her current boyfriend? And how does Allie feel toward Emma? And okay, and you're Emma, right? Okay, well that's two questions. I can only answer one question because that's a one. You donated $10, which is for it's $9.99 for one question. So I can ask either how does Allie feel toward her current boyfriend, or I believe I asked yesterday how Allie feels towards Emma. Um, and okay, and what is Allie's boyfriend's name? You don't actually know? Okay, I'll do my best here then. I usually need at least like a first initial, but I'm sure we can get an answer. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel toward her boyfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel toward her boyfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards her boyfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards her boyfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards her boyfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards her boyfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards her boyfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards her boyfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards her boyfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards her boyfriend? We have Seven of Wands reversed, King of Cups reversed, Six of Swords reversed, Two of Cups, and Ace of Cups. I don't know how long Allie's been with this guy, but I feel like there is a deep connection between the two of them. This Two of Cups is a major love card. This and the Four of Wands, this even more, I'd say, are the divinely ordained love cards, like soulmates. So that's why that's why I said I don't know how long they've been together for. But there is a deep fondness between the two of them. Hey, Jessica, and thank you so much for your donation. Let me quickly add you here to the list, and you will be next. And yeah, we've got both the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups right next to each other. There is very much a deep fond. She definitely has a deep fondness for her boyfriend. However, it's not all sunshine and roses. I feel like with the Seven of Wands reversed, I feel like, well, this King of Cups reversed, I feel like he can play games with her. They haven't been together that long. She just posted photos with him. Okay, so even though things okay, and that explains the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. She's like very much like in the throes of like in being in love with him, but she is starting to see his true colors. And the King of Cups reversed is usually indicative of emotionally manipulative man. Thank you so much for your donation. Then how does Allie feel toward Emma? Okay, we'll ask that next. I haven't finished this yet. So I feel like he can like play games with her sometimes and disappoint her sometimes, even though they just started dating. And it can sometimes make her feel isolated from him with the Seven of Wands reversed. But she doesn't want to leave him with this Six of Swords reversed. She has no, at least not right now. And I think you mentioned that it's really fresh. So she's not wanting to end something that's just started, but I think she is also realizing that there was more to him than she had initially thought at first. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel toward Emma? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel toward Emma? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards Emma? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards Emma? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards Emma? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards Emma? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards Emma? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards Emma? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Allie currently feel towards Emma? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. How does Allie currently feel towards Emma? Death reversed, Strength reversed, Seven of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and Five of Swords reversed. So I don't. Are you Emma? Or is Emma a third party person? Whoever, whether Emma's you or another person, I get the sense that with this Death Reverse card, Allie feels like things are kind of stagnant, and I don't want to say that's you. Okay, so I don't know how long the two of you how long you've known her for, but Death Reversed is usually an indication of stagnation, feeling as though things, I don't want to say they've run their course. She doesn't feel like things have run their course between you and her, but I don't think she wants to take anything to another level, at least not at this time, especially it being in a fresh new relationship with someone. With this Strength Reversed card, that's usually, yeah, it's usually a sign that, I don't want to say that she doesn't like you or doesn't have affection for you, but I don't think it's, and I know you didn't, I don't think you asked if it was in a romantic context, but strength in the Hermetic deck is lust, and I don't feel like she has desire in that sense for you, and I also get the sense that she feels like there's something you might be hiding from her with the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is like lies, deceit, manipulation, hiding things. In this sense, I feel like she feels that there's something that you're hiding from her, or trying to hide from her. Again, she doesn't want you guys to not be talking to one another anymore. She doesn't want this to come to an end with this Six of Pentacles. I do think that she wants to continue, sharing energy with you and sharing a friendship with you. But with this Five of Swords reversed, it's kind of similar to this Death reversed card. I don't know if you have feelings for her or not, but she may suspect that with this Seven of Swords, because with this Seven of Swords, I'm not getting that she feels that you're like hiding something really mean or very like manipulative, but more like there's something that you feel about her that you're not expressing. And yeah, the Five of Swords reversed is usually like about compromise. And that's kind of where, and I'm kind of seeing that with this Six of Pentacles too, like give and take. Like she's willing to meet you halfway, and have you be a part of your life, and you be a part of her life. But like wherever you guys stand now is likely as far as it's gonna go. That Two of Cups and Ace of Cups with when you asked how she felt about her boyfriend. I mean, it's definitely possible to have affections for more than one person, but I feel like she's like with both the Two and the Ace, I feel like she's very focused on that connection right now. Which isn't to say that she doesn't care about her friends or love her friends. She still does. But she's also like kind of focused on this new relationship as well. So that is what I'm seeing there, Scooby Dooby. Thank you very much for your donations. I really appreciate you, love, and I hope I brought you some clarity there. Miss Jessica, thank you for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Is it in the cards, pun intended, for me to get this commissioner job? Let's see. Will Jessica get this commissioner job? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the commissioner job she is interested in? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the commissioner job she is interested in? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the commissioner job she's interested in? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the commissioner job she is interested in? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the commissioner job she is interested in? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the commissioner job she's interested in? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the commissioner job she's interested in? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the commissioner job she's interested in? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Jessica get the commissioner job she's interested in? We have 8 of Pentacles reversed, 9 of Cups reversed, 9 of Swords, 6 of Swords reversed, and King of Pentacles. That's a very odd arrangement of cards there. And I'll explain why. 8 of Pentacles reversed, I don't like seeing this, especially this being the first card. 8 of Pentacles is about steady paid work, getting put to work. 9 of Cups reversed is lack of wish fulfillment, dreams not coming true, like things that you're wanting to come to fruition not coming to fruition. 9 of Swords being worries, anxiety, insomnia, stress. But I want some clarity with the 6 of Swords reversed. Have you applied for the job already? Hopefully that's present. I feel like 2 other jobs have been giving me the runaround and it's been stressful. I'm so sorry, love. Gotcha. So you're hoping that it's not, that it's the other jobs that you've been applying. So have you applied for this job yet? Because the 6 of Swords reversed is often a sign of yes, I applied just yesterday though. Okay. Because the 6 of Swords reversed when it comes to career is often a sign of missed opportunities or self-sabotage or feeling trapped or suffocated in a job that you already have, which wouldn't apply here. But then we have this King of Pentacles here at the end, which is telling me that all is not lost. I'm hoping the other ones fell through for this one to come through. Yeah, for sure. This King of Pentacles definitely feels like it's telling me like all is not lost here. Oh, King of Pentacles is often a sign of good referrals, of a good reputation, of an encouraging mentor. So even if you don't get this job, they might pass you on to someone else. Because all of this, unfortunately, is all of these cards are no cards for me. But this King of Pentacles, is also a sign that it pays royal well. I mean, you see her holding. I love her. The art. I love the color of her dress and the color of the pentacle. So I really, yeah. But it's interesting though what my little handy dandy black book says here. How the King of Pentacles can be is often an indicator of a positive referral. So if Spirit is saying no, but there's a good chance that just by applying to this job and interviewing for it, you may not get it, but I think that it would at the very least result in another opportunity for you. And I know that you're going to go forth regardless. You better go forth regardless of what the cards say, what I say. So it might be a missed opportunity in terms of that specific job, but that King of Pentacles is almost always an indicator that there's something very promising on the horizon. And if it's through them, all the better, because it would likely be a similar paying job, and might even be something that's a better fit for you, that they may feel is a better fit for you. I've definitely seen that happen with clients of mine where they wanted a particular job, they didn't get the job, and I predicted it too, and they didn't get the job, but the job referred them to an even better job that was like they're like, you're really good and you'd be great here, but there's this, we have this other office that needs this position filled, and it sounds like you'd be amazing for that. And if the pay is the same, that's another wonderful opportunity. So that is what I'm seeing there, Miss Jessica. Thank you so much for your donation, love. I appreciate you, and wish you all the best there. You will definitely find something legit soon. Yes, please do keep me updated. Oh, by the way, and you don't have to tell me. I was gonna ask how Valentine's Day went yesterday, but it's like asking people how old they turn on their birthday. Like, I almost don't want to go there with people. Yesterday I went live and people were like, "Happy Valentine's Day." I was like, I don't really celebrate it, but okay. But yeah, you are so very welcome, Miss Jessica. Thank you. I also offer private readings, y'all. I highly recommend private readings for everyone. I've given them to a lot of my very regular clients. I offer two different types. I offer them scheduled privately, one-on-one, and just reach out to me over email for that, or over DMs on Instagram. And it's just like this. It's you and me, only it's just me and you, and nobody can see it, so it provides that level of discretion and privacy. But you see the cards, you see me, you hear me, you can give me all the backstory you want. Not enjoyable, but next year maybe I'll take myself on a little trip or do a girls' trip or something. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Valentine, and that's what I was saying all day yesterday. Was like, it doesn't matter. Like the happiest couples I know, the most single Pringles I know. Valentine's Day is just a disappointment, I feel, for everyone, and I think it's just a stupid Hallmark holiday. Even though I know it's not, I know it's an actual like Catholic or Christian holiday. I feel like it just leads to disappointment, but yeah, next year it'll be much better. So yeah, I offer two different types of private readings. It is like this. You see what you see. If you don't want to see my face, I can get rid of my face, but you'll still hear me, and you can give me all the backstory and context that you want. I did, Lorraine. I thought we had spoken since I moved. I moved back in September. I know it's I know it's been a while since we've spoken. I think we've spoken since then though. I love the celebration of love, but if not romantic love, I'll celebrate self love and love for my baby. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, not everyone's a romantic and it's just the way it is. But love is love. That is key at the end of the day. Yes, I did indeed move, Lorraine. I moved to the city back in September, mid September. So this has been my setup, unless I've been traveling or whatnot. But yeah, I have moved. Yep, yep, yep. Um, we did. I just never asked if you moved or did I forgot. Yeah, yeah. I did move. Yeah. Um, so yeah, the private readings, it's just me and you one on one, um, and we can do this for as long as you schedule. We can extend them if you need to. We can answer as many questions as you need, pull as many cards as you need. I highly recommend it for people with like very multifaceted issue that they're dealing with that like usually encompasses like more than one question. I definitely have a lot of clients with those. Or if you're just looking to dive deep into something that you've been questioning or ruminating on, and it's a minimum of 20 minutes, but I can go much longer than that. And then alternatively, I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount. You just send me your donation if you don't see me online, and I can do your reading for you over Instagram, or voice memos over DMs, or typed over email. I can get back to you within a 24-hour turnaround, but I can usually return and answer your question in a 2 to 3 hour window. And that I also recommend, again, for reasons of privacy and discretion, um, but also for convenience. If you have a question and you don't see me online for whatever reason, you can just reach out to me and know I will answer your question. It's not by appointment only, but it does offer that convenience. Um, and yeah, I answer a lot of love questions. I highly recommend. A lot of my clients call it the OG love reading, but I refer to it as the TFI spread. It answers basically three questions in one. It can be done with a 5 card mini reading, or a 10 card full reading, or a 15 card in depth reading. But it answers 5 questions in one: what their thoughts are towards you, their feelings, their intentions, their general energies, and your general energies. So it's really comprehensive, and again, it's at no additional donation amount. Um, so let's see. So with that being said, the donation queue is currently open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you very much. Hello, Ariana, and hello, Monique. How are you doing, loves? Oh, Monique, you're Jessica's Monique, right? That would stand to reason with the last name. How are you ladies doing? I'm doing well. Just a rainy Sunday here in San Francisco. Got some laundry done. Should have gone to the grocery store. I live right across the street from a Whole Foods, but Whole Foods is like so overpriced. So I wanted to go to Trader Joe's, which is a little bit farther, but it's always so busy on Sundays. So that's my life in a nutshell. Hope y'all are doing well. Having a nice Sunday resets. Thank you so much, Monique. Thank you, love, for your donation. Let me go ahead and add you here. All right, girl. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. I applied for a position as an animal control officer. The process is slow, but it's looking good. I was wondering if I'll get this job or anything Spirit wants me to know about it. That sounds very cool, Monique. Monique, what is your sign again? I'm blanking on your sign. Are you an Aries? Or is that your mom? I'm blanking on signs today. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control officer position she applied for? Taurus. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control officer position she applied for? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control officer position she applied for? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control officer position she applied for? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control officer position she applied for? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control officer position she applied for? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control officer position she applied for? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control officer position she applied for? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control officer position she applied for? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Monique get the animal control position she applied for? There's been a lot of lots of job questions today. We have the Tower, 10 of Cups, the Emperor, King of Cups, and Knight of Cups. That is a fat effing yes for me. Yeah, and that's not just because they're all upright. And as you know, I am a tarot reader who does read reversals, which is not super common. But even with this tower here, this is a good tower moment. I know some people are like inherently afraid of the tower card or the death card or the devil card. Not a bad card at all, and I'll go into every reason why each card is great and is telling me yes. I know that you said that the process is slow, has been slow, but I feel like that's going to change really soon. I feel like, especially if it's a government job, which I'm assuming it is, I'm assuming it's within the Department of Animal Control. Um, that is a lengthy process. Any government job usually does require a lengthy process. I'm sure you're aware of. Some longer than others. But I feel like they are definitely going to hire you, and when they do, it's funny. I even was seeing this when I was shuffling the cards. I could see you. I don't know you, but I could see you doing this job just mentally. Like I was getting a vision of you doing this job and being very busy. Like this job's going to keep you very, very busy, but it's going to be very, very emotionally fulfilling for you. It's going to be fulfilling more than just emotionally. It's going to line your wallets. It's going to make you feel content, independent. It's going to it's going to deepen your sense of identity. It's going to give you an additional how should I put this, like an additional like cut to like the diamond that is you. You know, it's going to make you a more multifaceted person. It's going to add layers to your identity. Um, and I think that this is a wonderful, I don't know if this is something that you want to get into long term, but this job is definitely a wonderful launching pad with this Knight of Cups. With both the King of Cups and the Emperor, I feel like your superiors are likely going to be male. I'm sure you'll have some superiors that are female, but I think that the two main people that you're going to be answering to will be men, but they're good guys. They don't abuse their power. They're like the Emperor is a good leader. The Emperor is a leader who makes sure that you can do your job as best as you can do. And that's in my opinion, that's what a good boss or a good manager or a good supervisor is you're making sure that not only you're taking care of your job and your position, but you're also making sure that your subordinates are taken care of so that they can just do the best job that they can do. And giving them that feedback too. Giving them balanced feedback and coordination with this beautiful King of Cups. It's definitely very communicative leader. This looks really, really promising. Really, really good, Monique. This is a big yes for me. Yeah, this is easily like the best reading I've done today. I did one. It's been some tough readings today. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the readings have not been the best news, but that was just like flying colors. Like, yeah, you're gonna get the job. And if it's not that specific job, I think you're gonna find another animal control position job. But I think it is that specific position. I really do. I'm so happy for you. I really am, love. I think this is going to be really wonderful. And yeah, how cool working with animals, protecting the little animals. Um, I can't have pets at the place that I just moved to, so I've been thinking about volunteering at the animal shelter. Because I just, and cats follow me home like every night, especially if I park far away. The cat distribution system does not play around. They can smell, they can sense people who like cats. I felt it deep down that this job was for me. Yeah, emotionally and financially, like you said, I'm so happy to get the confirmation I needed. Yeah, that 10 of Cups is beautiful. That's like, and I was telling another client a couple nights ago, the 10 of Cups is like, in any context, is wonderful. Like, whether we're talking about work, romance, family, friendships, the whole 9 yards. It's like wish fulfillment, contentment, not feeling like you're needing or wanting of anything, but fulfillment. So I love this. I love this for you, girl. I'm really excited for you, and yeah, definitely good things on the horizon for you. Yay! Good readings. We love good readings. All right, so the donation queue is open again. So whoever makes a donation next will be read for next. I will be on for at least another half hour. Just FYI. Thank you. Hello, Brian. Thank you so much for your donation. Sorry, give me one sec here. Hey, Brian. Good to see you. Okay, let's see. Got your question posted. Are me, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and my dad all going to get together at my house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Are Brian, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and his dad going to get together to play at Brian's house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and his dad get together to play at his house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and his dad get together to play at his house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and his dad get together to play at his house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and his dad get together to play at his house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and his dad get together to play at his house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and his dad get together to play at his house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and his dad get together to play at his house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Jeremy, Jeff, Paul, and his dad get together to play at his house soon? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Jeff, Jeremy, and his dad and Paul and his dad get together to play at his house soon? We have Seven of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit reversed, Five of Pentacles reversed, and Nine of Wands reversed. This looks good. This looks good to me, Brian. Seven of Cups being making solid decisions, especially around get-togethers, even if there's an actual purpose behind it, not work, but creative practice. Band practice is creative, but it's also work. Practice is work. A type of work requires focus and discipline. I don't know when the last time all of you got together and jammed was, but I see people coming out and making the effort and coming over to practice with this Hermit reversed. People I don't see them staying at home doing their own thing. I see them coming out towards you, to your place to practice. And I get similar energy with this Five of Pentacles reverse card. These are both cards of being on one's own, being solo when they're in the reverse form. They're definitely indicative, especially in this context, they're indicative of people making the effort, showing up, putting in the work, putting in the effort. And if it has been a little while, and if there was some contention with certain folks, or difficulties with certain folks and getting them to come together and practice, I see that also dissipating with this Nine of Wands reverse. So this looks very good. This looks really promising, Brian. I do think that you guys are going to get together soon in practice. This is definitely retreating from doing something solo, and there's nothing less solo than being in a band. That's a group effort. I'm building this thing from the ground up. Everyone I named was handpicked by me. So this is a new venture. Okay, so this would be the first time that you guys get together and practice then? Is that the case? And Nine of Wands reversed is also a sign of people not perspectives not clashing, people being on the same page as one another overall. So this looks really good. This looks really good, Brian. And especially if it's a new project, a new thing. that you said you're building from the ground up. We're getting back together after some setbacks. Okay, so it's been, that was more the energy I was getting, was that it's been a little while since you guys have gotten together, but you have, because the name sounded familiar. So you guys have played music together before, but there's just been some setbacks. I hear you. Yeah, and that's precisely what I see with that Hermit reversed. Five of Pentacles reversed is like coming out from being on one zone and joining together, like rejoining community, rejoining with one's community and friends and musical partners. So yeah, this looks very good, Brian. This looks really good. I don't know exactly when, but I believe we asked soon. Yeah, if it would happen soon. Of course, the word soon is relative. Soon to one person could be like one day. Soon to another person could be like a month. But if tarot's picking it up, it's likely at the very longest would be within a month or so. But probably not that long either. But yeah, so that is what I am seeing for you, my friend. Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate you as always, and I hope I brought you some clarity there. Thank you. So that means that the donation queue is currently open again. So whoever makes a donation next will be read for next. Thank you. And you're very welcome, Brian. Thank you. Alright. So it is that time of night. I've been on for 2 hours, so it is last call for all donations. Last call for donations tonight. If you have a question that you would like me to answer this evening, I am still here for you. I can still read for you, and I am more than happy to just send in your donation and we can commence. But it is last call tonight. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you very much. Last call. Last call for all donations tonight, everybody. Thank you. Hi, Philomena. How are you doing, love? I'm just doing a last call for donations, so if you had a question, now would be the time to send your donation or let me know that you have a question. I hope you're doing well. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Philomena, for your donation, love. Did you have 2 questions, or did you want a 10-card reading? One question, a general love reading. You got it. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Philomena in love? We have Two of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, the Empress, Queen of Swords, the Devil, Justice reversed, the Fool reversed, Death reversed. Whoa, and Ten of Pentacles. Wow. This card, in my opinion, is the most powerful card, the strongest card in the deck of 78, and it rarely shows up. I'll be really honest; it doesn't show up very often. Okay, so this is interesting. We've got this Two of Pentacles reversed with the Devil here. Now, I'm kind of weird, and when I see the Devil and I'm asking a romance question for myself, I get kind of excited, like, ooh, like this is someone who I'm going to be very attracted to, very drawn to. But we'll get to that in a moment. First I want to look at this Two of Pentacles reverse. I feel like, and you don't have to answer me, but I feel like you have taken a step back from romance over the past couple of months. That's what the Two of Pentacles generally indicates, and in that you've been focusing on yourself, focusing on your work, focusing on pretty much anything else but love. So this card matched with the Devil is telling me two things. You've been focusing a lot on your work, not focusing on love, and I also see someone coming into your life soon who's going to disrupt this pattern. It's someone's going to, I always say, like, I usually tell people, I usually don't have to tell you because men usually approach you, but a lot of men don't approach a lot of women. There's a lot of women, including myself, who men just don't approach as for whatever reason. But there's someone who is going to be coming out of the blue for you. This is someone who you have not met. This is someone who is it's gonna surprise you when they pop into your life. I usually tell people, if you're looking for a romantic partner, you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to search. It's kind of like looking for an apartment or a new job or anything else like that. But in this case, I'm seeing romance falling into your lap. And I do see you being a little hesitant towards this fellow at first. Um, we've got this Ace of Swords reversed and this Justice reversed. With the Devil, as I mentioned, it is representative of temptation, that which is very tempting to us, that which we are very drawn to. So I do see you being really drawn to this person, but I also see you, at least at first, feeling as though there is a mismatch between the way that you fundamentally operate, like your morals, your ethics. With this Ace of Swords reverse, I think you're going to, and this is just at first, I think, and I think he's going to pursue you hard, because we've got two reverse beginnings here. I think he's going to really try, and then we come to the Empress and this Ten of Pentacles. So I see a narrative happening here. I see him pursuing you hard, and I do see you being tempted and drawn to him, despite feeling like, well, I don't think we're on the same page in terms of our values aligning is the term I'm looking for, especially with this Justice reverse right underneath. Ace of Swords reverse, Justice reverse, she holds her sword. It's like you feeling that there's a mismatch between how you guys kind of see things and see the world. Not in regards, I was going to say not in regards to romance, but low-key a little bit in regards to romance too. What I'm getting from this energy, Philomena, is feeling like this guy that's popping into your life, feeling as though he's too good to be true. Which was something that, if I'm remembering correctly, which is something that you encountered last year. I believe you were dating a fellow, and it almost seemed too good to be true, too good to be real. I get that sense here again with this Ace of Cups reversed and the Fool reversed. I feel a hesitancy at the beginning. These beginning cards, aces, both reversed initially, and you initially not wanting to move forward with him with this Fool reversed card. And it's not so much not wanting to move forward with him. There is a part of you that will be wanting to move forward with him, and I do see you eventually moving forward with him, because I see him not giving up. If it's another waste of time, no. This is not a waste of time. This is not a waste of time. No. Spirit's not saying that. Spirit's saying that this is a Ten of Pentacles situation, Philomena. I didn't even get to that part yet, but Ten of Pentacles, to give you an example, quick example, I pull a card for myself every single day. I've been doing it for 6 years now. I have pulled this card upright once in my life, in that 7-year period. And on that day, I was asked to ordain a wedding. So no, this is not a waste of your time. This is someone who I do see you wanting to move forward with, but I was just about to correct myself. It's not that you don't want to move forward with this person. It's that there is a little bit of, there's just some hesitation at first, questioning whether he really is as good as he appears. And you will see that he is. Spirit is saying that. We have this Empress and this Death reverse card. This is telling me a narrative here that he's not, first of all, he's not going to take no for an answer, and not in a creepy way. He's not going to stalk you or be creepy. Because I do see you being drawn to him, Philomena. I do see you wanting, I see you being torn. Like, there's a part of you that is very drawn to him, but at the same time questioning, is this too good to be true? And I feel like third time's a charm here. I feel like he's going to pursue you once. You're going to shut him down. I feel like he's going to pursue you twice. I don't feel like you're going to shut him down per se, but you're going to keep it really light. Then by the third time, I feel like he's going to make some extravagant gesture, or some. It doesn't even necessarily needs to be an extravagant gesture, but some type of gesture, or he's going to say or do something, demonstrate something that's going to prove to you that this is the real deal. You're going to be somebody's empress. So this is not a waste of time, love. This is not a waste of time. This is just very slow moving energy, which is totally acceptable, Philomena, to take one's time to really gauge someone. If you're looking to spend the rest of your life with someone, which I believe you are, you want to make sure you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. You really need to assess who they are. And I see that here too with this Queen of Swords. I see you being happy with your final assessment, love. Because this Queen of Swords, it's like the Justice card. She usually has her scale with her. She's observing. She's making calls, or she's not making calls, but she's vetting. She's observing. She's making her judgment call. And when it's in its upright position, it's like you're happy with. I see you being very pleased with the truth that you discover with this guy, and I see it resulting in the Ten of Pentacles. And this card is so powerful, like not just with the example I gave you of me pulling a card every day. Not only does this card, like it, I told a client yesterday, I need to do a spreadsheet of all the cards that I pull in readings. This has got to be, this very rarely comes out, the Ten of Pentacles. And not only that, Philomena, but it's the fact that it's the last card that's telling me like such a powerful narrative. It's like it's starting with this like you not really focusing on love, but focusing on work, focusing on yourself, and then bam, this person comes into your life, and you question whether the draw that you have towards him is positive or negative. If he is the real deal, or if he's just putting on a show. And that is perfectly reasonable and wise to question. I don't discourage people from questioning and vetting and taking their time. And I see you doing that. I see you coming to the conclusion that he's a good guy, that you want to be his woman. And in a major, major solid way, I think he's going to, when I said a grand gesture, I said it might not even be a grand gesture, but I think he might, like, I think it might be an extravagant gesture, and could very well result in marriage, or however you see your ultimate contentment being with another person romantically. Whatever that vision is for you, that's what I see coming to fruition. Is it soon or like next year? Well, I asked what was coming towards you in love. I didn't hear a time frame, but I asked in general what's coming towards you in love. And when we're reading tarot, we're reading current energies. We're not predicting the future here. It's pretty difficult to predict the future. There's not too many things that are fated in this life. This situation is fated. That's how tarot is able to see it. But it's also within the energies. I'd say within this year. I don't think it would be next year. It could happen next year, but I would wager this year, Philomena, just with the way that tarot operates. It's very difficult to pick up on energies for the following year. Like, if it was, I would do readings for like, what's your 2027 going to be like? You know what I mean? Like, it's just too difficult to see that far just because of free will. So if tarot and spirit is seeing this now, it is likely to happen sooner than later. I think it's definitely going to happen within this year, if not within the next 3 to 6 months, is what I think. If you wanted to ask specifically when this is going to happen, we can, but that's just my theory there. So this looks really good, Philomena. Wow, I'm getting chills. I don't often, again, I so rarely see that Ten of Pentacles card, and I know that's the love that almost everybody's looking for, and I know that's definitely the love that you're looking for. something very solid and committed and stable. Someone who you can really rely on and know is not wasting your time and isn't pretending to be someone who they're not, someone genuine. So that is what I see for you, Miss Philomena. Thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate you. And I hope I brought you some clarity there. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to do another last call for all donations. If anyone has a question they would like me to ask for them this evening, I am definitely here for you. I'm more than happy to read for you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Or just let me know in the chat. Either send your donation now or let me know in the chat if you have a question for me this evening. Thank you. Last call tonight, last call for all donations. If you have a question, please let me know. Either just send your donation in now or you can let me know in the chat that you're about to send your donation. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Thank you. Last call tonight for all donations. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call for all donations tonight. If you have a question, a burning question that you need answered this evening, I am here for you. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call for all donations. Thank you very much. Alright, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so very much. Love and light to all of you, and I will likely see you all again tomorrow. Bye.